All right, we'll continue with our next driver availability, Cameron Hayley, driver the number 13 Ride TV CBH Toyota for ThorSport Racing. Cameron, I know this week and next week, kind of close to home territory, Michigan, and next week at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Can you talk about sort of being somewhat close to home in these next 2 weeks?
Well, it's a big deal racing close to home, obviously. Canada definitely does not have the motorsports involvement that Americans do in the U.S., so for me to come from Canada was definitely a tougher journey than most American drivers take going up through the ranks. So it's really cool that the Camping World Truck Series goes to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Canada, and obviously Michigan being so close as well. It's really cool that they go there because that's the couple times a year that my Canadian fans get to come out and really see me and support me. So really looking forward to going there. Hopefully we can have a good run in Michigan and then focus on the road course in Canada next week.
Great. Thank you, Cameron. And we'll open it up for questions. Please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. We'll start with Dean on the left and then go to Kenny.
Dean McNulty, Toronto Sun. Cameron, it's been a year that your results probably not what you expected them to be, but going into the next few races, how do you like your chances of making the chase, or do you really think you'll need a win and nothing else?
Well, anything can happen, and I think we've seen that already this year. I was sitting, like you said, I've had the worst luck possible this year between broken parts, between flat tires, between running out of gas. I mean, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. We're sitting 12th going into Pocono. Came out there with a second place finish, and right then ended up 8th in the chase spot. So that definitely tells you that anything could happen on a given weekend. Where we're at right now, I still think these next 3 races we need to get a win. Obviously, Ben Kennedy winning at Bristol definitely took a chase spot away, and now we only got 2 left on points. So we're definitely going to take some chances to go for the win for sure.
Kenny, in the middle. Jim, if you want to can someone please get Kenny?
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Cameron, a couple of us visited ThorSport's shop yesterday and kind of got an update on everything that went on there with the fire. How did that impact, as far as you could tell, how did that impact the organization as you guys tried to put your trucks together and do your bills and everything without actually having a shop?
Well, I actually, myself, at the beginning of last year when I signed with ThorSport Racing, I moved to Sandusky, Ohio, and I've been living there for about 1.5 years now. So I actually, the fire started around kind of midnight, 1 o'clock. I was at the shop at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got the call and saw it burning. So that definitely, I've been part of the whole deal ever since it started. And to be able to get this team where we're at, I finished 2nd at Pocono, just a few short races, 3rd at Iowa the week after that we had the fire. So this team, we definitely had our struggles. We weren't able to build our new trucks to keep developing. We're a little bit behind. Obviously, we're still trying to catch KBM. They're definitely kind of taken off from us. Obviously, Toyotas have pretty much been dominant, so it's between ThorSport and KBM, and we're still trying to catch KBM. But we're working really hard, and it put us back a little bit. But at the same time, it brought us together more as an organization, and now we're able to work closer to help develop quicker so we can catch up.
Wolfgang.
Cameron, Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Ranchport Press Agent. You said earlier you're from Canada. Is there a similar national truck series where you can learn your skill before you move over to America?
Well, NASCAR does have the NASCAR Pinty Series, formerly the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. Personally, I didn't take that route. I raced 2 races on the West Coast in that series 2 years ago, I believe. But I immediately started racing in the U.S. pretty much when I turned kind of that 10, 11 years old. So I never really got to experience the Canadian Series, or I guess the NASCAR Pinty Series now. But it is a great series to allow Canadians to get into the sport of NASCAR, and you're definitely seeing a couple more come up through it.
We'll go with Chris and then gentleman in the front here.
Come on, Chris.
Fire.
Chris Knight, CatchFence.com. Cameron, can you talk about the new sponsor that you guys have had at Bristol and here this weekend, and how that's been instrumental to ThorSport Racing? And then we're a little bit past halfway of the season in the Truck Series. What's your thoughts on the caution clock?
Well, Ride TV is our new sponsor that came on board last race, and hopefully they'll be on for most of the rest of this year. They're a 24-hour equestrian TV show right now on DirecTV, but looking to expand, and they're just a great fit between ThorSport Farms that my owner Duke Thorson owns, the whole race team. The two guys, the owners of Ride TV, are amazing race fans. They came to the race, and I had some of the most fun I've had in a while with them, so it's really cool to have Ride TV on board. In terms of the caution clock, lately we really haven't been experiencing too much of it. The beginning of the season we had more of the experience, especially Atlanta. Definitely got us introduced pretty quickly, but definitely tracks coming up, Michigan being one of them. Chicago fuel mileage race last year. That's when we're really going to see them come into play. And obviously there's still potential within the last 20 laps, if it being shut off, we could still potentially have a fuel mileage race, but it's going to limit that so much more. You'll see at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park next week, we're going to run the race backwards. So we're not going to wait to the caution clock. You're going to see guys pitting a lap before the caution clock if we ever get to it. So it just adds a whole nother strategy into it. I'm still kind of on the fence of it, haven't experienced a lot, but I think it could be a good thing in the future.
Okay. Up here in the front.
Cameron, Bob Duff from the Windsor Star. You talk about the struggles you've had this year, but is it nice to know there is a chase format this year? If it was a normal point season, you'd already be out of luck, but you still have a chance to win it all because of the format.
Yeah, you know, that's the funny part about this chase format is in the past, like you said, our season really as ThorSport as a company has not gone the way we've liked it to. But there is that potential to stay in. Although it puts a whole new stress and everything on drivers, it now gives us a chance if we do have a bad season. So these next 3 races, we have that chance to go out and win, and hopefully we can do that, and definitely the chase format gives us that.
Go Brian over here on the right.
Brian Eberly, RubbinsRacing.com. Cameron, your second full season in the Truck Series. Where do you feel like you've gotten better as a driver, and where do you think you still kind of need to improve?
More just being comfortable in these Tundras. I mean, it's something that definitely takes time coming up through the NASCAR Canyon Pro Series, super late models. They're all short racetracks, under a mile. And when you come to these 1.5 mile, 2 mile ovals, 2.5 mile ovals, it presents a totally different thing than we've ever been used to driving on. Aerodynamics is something we've never had to deal with. Now in the Truck Series, you have to deal with aerodynamics. So really in the past year, it's been learning that, learning the higher competition level. Obviously, there's amazing drivers in the series, especially this year. I think the series is one of the top competition levels that it's ever been in terms of depth of field. So it's just been a lot of learning and a lot of confidence building in the Tundra.
Any other questions for Cameron? Once, twice? All right, Cameron, thanks so much. Good luck
Thank you.
this weekend.
Appreciate it.